Child's Play was directed by Tom Holland and came out in 1988. It follows a serial killer who transforms his soul into the body of a good guy doll named Chucky. But when Andy Barclay is given Chucky for his 6th birthday by his mother, people around him begin to die. Let's start off with the positives. Child's Play is a great slow burn horror movie. We don't see Chucky in action until around 40 minutes in, building the overall suspense and creepiness, and having Andy relay what Chucky has told him.
He said that Maggie was a real bitch and got what she deserved.
And showing us Chucky's POV most of the time. Along with having the adults not believe Andy, all leading up to a worthwhile reveal and my favourite scene of the movie.
I said talk to me, damn it, or else I'm gonna throw you in the fire!
You stupid bitch, you filthy slut! Did you fuck with me?
I really like the score of this movie, as it is unique and gives the movie a distinct feel to it, while also complementing the tone. The characters are great, and most of the acting is pretty solid too. Andy, who is played by Alex Vincent, does a good job playing an innocent child who is being preyed upon by this doll, and comes across as genuinely afraid during some scenes like at the asylum. His mother is played by Catherine Hicks, and does a good job also. In the first half of the film, she doesn't believe that Chucky is responsible for the murders, but after Chucky reveals himself to her, she quickly goes from being a worried and naive mother into a badass protector of Andy, and tries to kill Chucky and convince others like Detective Mike that the doll is alive and responsible for these murders. Detective Mike is played by Chris Sarandon and is investigating the recent murders and suspects Andy of being responsible. But unbeknownst to him, it is actually Charles Lee Ray who he shot, leading to him possessing the Chucky doll in the opening scene of this movie, which gives his character an interesting extra layer. Chucky is voiced by Brad Dourif, who does a tremendous job at making Chucky the iconic horror character that we all know and love, and despite not being fully fleshed out in this movie like he is in the sequels, Chucky still has a strong presence in this movie, and it wouldn't be as good without him in it. Also, the animatronics that were used for Chucky is pretty good and still holds up to this day, with its disjointed and creepy movements. The final act is a thrilling race against the clock that comes to an end in a climactic third act where Chucky is burnt, shot, and killed by our protagonists as he tries to transfer his soul into the body of Andy Barclay before he is forever trapped in the body of a doll. Now it's time for the negatives. There are a few scenes where Chucky is played by a little person and looks pretty goofy and stands out as definitely someone in a costume when compared to the other scenes of being the doll or the animatronic. For a slasher movie, there isn't much kills in this first film of the Child's Play franchise, and they're mostly done either off screen or in first person. Overall, despite not having many kills, some weak acting, and immersion breaking scenes with Chucky, Child's Play still works in delivering a fun and original horror movie with great atmosphere, tone, characters, and an even better antagonist, giving Child's Play a solid 7.5 out of 10. Thanks a lot for watching. My next review will start off my sequel series with Halloween 2.
I shot him 6 times! I shot him in the heart! Man, he's not human!
Universal Pictures presents Halloween 2. More of the night he came home.